Alright, now we'll go over how to line up the standpipe, choke manifold, and BOP correctly on a subsea simulator. Let's go over the standpipe manifold first. As you can see here, here's mud pump 1, mud pump 2. I want them both lined up on the standpipe manifold. The valve above it goes straight to the manifold. So as you see on mud pump 1, the valve is open. Now we're not going to the Kelly hose, so we need to open the valve above. Let's look to the valve to the left here. This is a bleed off valve. We want to ensure it is closed. Let's go to mud pump 2. The bleed off valve right here to the floor is closed, but the valve above the pump is closed as well, so we need to open it. Now we need to go across the manifold. This valve is open, so we're good. The next one is closed, so we need to open it. Now for no reason do we need to go to the choke and keel lines. So let's close the valve to the keel. This right here is the correct lineup for the standpipe manifold on a subsea simulator. Now let's go to the choke manifold. We want to practice Valaris's policy of hard shut-in. Our policy means hard shut-in, the valves before and after the remote hydraulic choke will be in the open position. So the valve behind the remote choke needs to be open. We want to do the same thing to the manual choke side. Now the valves here in the middle, we need to close them. This is the proper lineup for your choke manifold. But as you can tell, the remote choke is at 36%. So we need to close it. It is in an orange box. So orange box, orange box. You can see here, it's showing partway open. So we need to press and hold the close button, and you'll see it close. To verify that, we'll go back to the manifolds, and you can see it's at 0%. Now let's line up our BOP. Looking at our BOP first, we can see there's a bunch of green and red on here. All green means drilling on the Subsea BOP. But first, let's look at our pressures. Our annular pressure is kind of low. Manifold pressure is kind of low. For my simulator, annular pressure needs to be around 1,000. Manifold pressure needs to be around 1,500. So let's set these up. First, you must hit the push to operate. It'll illuminate green. And then you go to the increase button. You push and hold until about 900 psi, then let go. And it should settle out around 1,000. As you can see here, we're at 1,016. Now let's do the same thing for the manifold pressure. Again, we have to hit the push to operate. And we're going to push and hold increase until we're around 1,400, and we'll let go. As you can see, it's leveled out at 1,513 psi. Now let's start lining up the BOP. We'll start with the fail-safes. Again, you hit push to operate, and you push and hold until it does all the color changes, and then you can let go. As you can see, we had some flow in the flow meter. Manifold pressure went down and went back up. Now we'll reset the flow meter and do another fail-safe. Push and hold. Again, flow in the flow meter. Manifold pressures drop, come back. We can reset. We'll do the last one. Push to operate again. Push and hold till all the color change. Flow in the flow meter. Manifold pressures dropped and coming back. We'll reset the flow meter. We'll do our lower pipe ramps. Push to operate. Push and hold close, or open I mean. Again, you see flow in the flow meter. Accumulator pressure is dropping. Manifold pressure's dropping. We're waiting for the gallon count. So manifold's pressure is coming back up, accumulator's pressure coming back up, and the flow meter stopped. So now we're reset. Now we'll open up the lower annular. I'm going to show y'all what happens when you don't press and hold. When you do this, it goes to block. So it did not open and it did not close. There was no change on the annular pressure or flow meter or accumulator pressure. Now watch what happens when I hit push to operate and I push and hold the open button. Now we have flow, accumulator pressure. We're opening, so it didn't change. And accumulator pressure dropped. Accumulator pressure dropped, it's coming back up. Annular pressure dropped, and it's coming back up. The flow is stopped on the flow meter. This is the correct lineup for a Subsea BOP.